It's not pink. I'm talking about.
You know what else is pink?
No.
Oh, you're recording.
Yeah, you want to say it?
Yo,
Oh
what the
no,
fuck
are you
gonna say?
gonna bleep it out?
He can always just cut it.
That is true. That is true. Your drink is pink.
My drink is both of ours. Mine's more red.
Yeah, I was gonna say yours is red.
Shut up, Kipp.
Shut up.
You
Man,
shut
I
up.
feel left out without a drink. I should have grabbed mine.
Shut up.
Yeah. Fucking loser.
Ew.
All right.
Ewy.
You gonna grab a drink?
We have time.
Okay, well, if we have time, then yeah.
Yeah, you're going her way.
It doesn't like me after I just moaned into the mic.
I don't think I could do that in good faith and like keep a straight face afterwards. I think I would be very embarrassed.
After moaning into a mic?
Yeah. Apparently Kipp's not embarrassed.
Embarrassed about what?
We just said embarrassing. Never mind.
What do I gotta lose? You know what I'm saying?
Your sanity.
That's gone.
I think this is the latest we've ever recorded.
No.
Guys, you know, I thought I picked up a non-fucked up can. You want to know what's really messed up?
It's a fucked up can. What the absolute?
It wasn't that bad when I grabbed it. I swear to God, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't me, officer.
It wasn't me.
Can you push my chair in? I'm not.
Yeah,
close
it
enough.
wasn't you.
Keep going. By like an inch. I didn't say pick it up. I said push it in. Okay, thank you. Way to make me feel fat.
You hear this?
It all began with just one line. You know,
Contains 35% juice.
my least favorite thing about romance books is the fact that they always have like a shirtless man on the cover. Not always, but a lot of them have a shirtless man on the cover. And I'm just not here for it.
A shirtless, conventionally attractive man at that, too.
Yeah. He's not my type.
All right.
It's because he's white.
That has nothing to do with it. I know race is a thing. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been a hard factor for me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What do you mean? Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, everyone. Shut up. Everyone shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Don't you... Okay. What did I just say? Shut up, Alan. Shut up.
Kipp's being aggressive, and I don't really
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hi.
our second episode of TOG. Disclaimer, we are trash people and are unqualified to discuss topics that may come up. We are just trash friends who came together to make some memories. I'm Kipp. With me is...
Alan.
T.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another short episode.
Short.
Why does it have to be short?
Yeah, do you not like us?
I spent enough time with you guys today.
You've been here a long time today, and then you also hung out with us for a while yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. Anyways,
You said you had a topic.
I have one topic.
Wait, what do you want to talk about, Kipp?
It's just something that I just thought about
Yeah.
as I was rewatching a whole bunch of like TV shows and stuff.
What shows?
I watched The Big Bang Theory again. I'm restarting How I Met Your Mother. Sweet, you're a punk. But I was thinking more towards childhood. I'm like, hey, the shows that were only on TV because we didn't have like streaming services yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I want to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again.
Which one?
Yeah, aren't there a couple?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. But I'm like, the ones that probably when I was going into like more middle school, I guess, more updated like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Is that the one where they're all like cartoony and
I I feel like a lot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like cartoons.
It was like it wasn't like super cartoony. It was more of like I would say like prime cartoons where it was more serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like during the times of when we got the Teen Titans.
Is that Teen Titans then versus Teen Titans Go now?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I love Teen Titans.
Yeah, I fucking loved it too. The movie was great.
I don't remember the movie.
Which movie? Oh, the one
In
where they're in
Tokyo?
like Tokyo with the Ink Master.
The thing that pisses me off is I found it on like a stream site.
What, the movie?
No, just Teen Titans, but it was only like season 6.
Oh,
Just
what?
it just
Only
like
season 6.
randomly starts at 6 and ends at 6.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like it was only one season, and I was so mad. I was like, I want to watch the entirety of it. I don't want to just watch the one. I'm gonna see if I can find it just to make sure if it was.
But yeah, I'm like, man.
I'm
You
sorry.
didn't like the movie?
Well, I like the movie. Yeah.
Oh my god, I found another website or another streaming site where it's on.
Yeah, but it's like
I'm sorry, it was season 5.
Oh, you were pretty close for a blind guess.
it's like don't you? Because like when you as a kid, I'm not sure how like consistent you guys were, but I could never finish
Like a
Like-
single episode?
either a single episode or you would skip, because like it wouldn't be consistent. Like, hey, this is the next episode.
Oh,
or
like,
something.
this is tune in next week. Kind
Then-
of deal.
Yeah, tune in next week, but then you would miss it and you just don't know what fucking happens.
When I was growing up, I didn't have like a consistent like, oh hey, look, it's Clifford. I don't know anything that's going on right now. Like
You also didn't grow up with like cable
T is right.
when he was like a small child.
Yeah, no, I grew up at my I remember growing up watching TV at my grandparents' house, and they had the giant satellite embedded in the ground behind the garage,
Yeah.
and we had like I don't know how many channels were on that, like a handful of channels. I only remember like news on 17 and like cartoons on 35. And maybe there's something else somewhere else. I don't remember.
But there was like 5 or 6, maybe
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, that actually showed like something on.
Clear.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the reason why I started thinking about it. Like man, now I have the ability to go back and rewatch it and relive some part of like childhood that I missed, and I'm like, do I
Like-
really want to though?
Courage's Cowardly Dog actually has like episodes and seasons, and it's not just like
It's not just a random show that makes no sense at all.
and you just tune in every now and then. Oh hey, look, Courage is returning the slab.
I remember when I was like 8, my older brother went to Vietnam with my biological father, and I remember him calling me and asking me how the next episode of a certain show went, and I was like, I don't know, I have to go back and rewatch it. So I had to wait for him to come back so we could rewatch the whole thing, and I tried to recount as much as I could, but I couldn't remember enough.
There was one that I actually was able to keep up with on a weekly schedule, only because I got my parents into it too. It was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, see, there you go. That was good.
And then we bought the box set, so we had the DVDs too.
But it's like you just wonder how much you missed out on because you couldn't be consistent with each to be continued episode.
So for me, it wasn't actually cartoons that I kept up with. The same with how I talked with my mom, or like I got my mom, or she got me into it. The first one was Law and Order, and I'm telling you, I started this at a really young age. And then Criminal Minds. We watched every single episode every week it came out.
My mom was really into Biggest Loser.
Yeah, my
So,
mom
like-
kept up with that. I did not.
That was the time I got to spend with my mom. So we'd watch Biggest Loser. She'd fold laundry, or maybe it was after dinner, during dinner, or something like that. I don't really quite remember it all too well because the TV would move. Because for a while we had the TV in the living room, and then she had the TV in her room, and Yeah, I just don't really quite remember it. She had that really big, like, wooden infotainment cabinet where you pulled open the two giant doors at the top, and it's just a huge box TV in there.
My grandma had one of those at her house, and every Christmas we would sit there, we would open it up, or at least the Christmases we were with her, we'd open it up, and everybody would pile on the couch in this tiny living room.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us, and then my mom would somehow sit with us, and my mom would have her friend or something over, and then just my uncle and his kids, and we'd all pile in and watch movies. I don't remember any of the movies.
But that paints a really like warm and fuzzy scene. Do you ever remember like licking the screen and getting shocked?
No.
Kipp?
What's wrong with you?
Dude, that thing had so much static. I'd walk up to it and poke, like just get
You
close
would
to the
poke
screen.
it, but you just,
Yeah, you
why
touch
would,
it with your hand.
Why are you licking it?
You wouldn't get close with your face out of curiosity to see what would
No!
happen?
No.
Oh, it's just me, I guess.
You fucking weirdo.
Did you also lick windows?
I didn't lick windows actually. The closest I got to licking windows was swinging off of the
Oh, yeah.
the curtain rod. That didn't end well. That's a different story for another time.
Yeah. What the fuck? It's fucking weird.
I watched a lot of Tarzan as a kid. Okay, I tried
Yeah.
to swing off of like low hanging branches.
There's not many, like, actual Disney movies, or, like, just movies in general that I remember as a kid that you have no idea what any of them, like, what happened to any of them.
What do you mean?
So, like, you know Tarzan.
I remember Tarzan. Yeah,
You know Mulan.
I know Mulan.
But, like, what about,
The Swan Princess. I remember that one.
what?
Yeah. It's so there's a handful I remember because my grandparents had VHS and
Yeah.
we only had those ones. So there's Aladdin, there's Mulan, there's Tarzan. There was like the Swan Princess or whatever.
Was that Barbie?
What? No, it was literally like she was a swan, and the bad guy was like a villain that had like a bald head, like the Pennywise cut, where he has like bald on top and then hair out the side. He's like Irish or Scottish or something.
I've never seen this movie.
Oh, did you find it on Google, like the image?
The Swan Princess?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Kip, have you ever seen that?
Oh shit, my bad.
He has to put his glasses back on. No.
Don't look at me like that.
No.
What the? I remember that one. We had a single Sailor Moon, and we had like a Men in Black on VHS.
Interesting.
I think that was it. There was one where there's a Pokemon VHS where Ash like meets Ho-Oh for the first time or something. There's like a spirit tower full of ghost Pokemon.
Interesting. So, I guess going on that topic as well is like, is there anything else you like, as a child, you probably missed, but now you can do it as an adult? And just like,
Dance Dance Revolution.
I feel like, did you miss that as a child?
I was I still am uncoordinated.
I am very uncoordinated. I have tried like the big machines at like Dave & Buster's. Not a fan. I can't move like that.
I did that once. I'm pretty sure it was with T and her family.
Yeah.
And her dad made fun of me.
Yeah.
He's like, "Wow, so is this where you come for lunch every day or something? Because you're getting like really into this."
I tried really hard.
It was
Or, okay.
really fun.
Okay, here's the thing. You know, like those catalogs where it's like, or the commercials on TV, where if you call this number, you can get this product.
The Shirley Temple collection.
What?
I was thinking Chia Pets.
It's like things like toys that kids would want.
Like infomercials.
Do you guys ever order anything off of those infomercials?
No.
Or like,
No.
did you ever con your parents into buying something off an infomercial?
No.
I was poor. I screamed at Kip earlier. I didn't scream, but I raised my voice at Kip because he was like, he said something about, what did you say?
I said white rich girl.
Oh yeah, T was saying something about like
I was
don't
trying
like
to
the
pick
snacks
drinks.
you picked. I don't like the
Yeah.
drinks you picked. Why'd you pick that? I just put all this away. I don't want any of this right now.
And I said white rich girl.
I might be white, but I was not rich. Okay, I was poor.
No, it's like those things like I don't really see them anymore, right? Those. I'm like, man, it would be cool to have one of those things.
So, are you yet to find the as seen on TV aisle in most like fun stores?
Yeah, I don't. When I go to the store, I don't look around.
Kipp doesn't wander around.
I don't wander around. I just go to the store, grab what I need, and leave. More or less, when I wander around, it's in the food aisle, never like.
Just like aimlessly wandering a department store.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like we aimlessly wander department stores more often now because we have the space for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I wanted to put a chair downstairs, I could because I have the room. To whereas Kipp doesn't necessarily have that option.
Well, that is true. I do remember just, well, let's see. I honestly can't say anymore because there are definitely places I would wander around, but none in the sense of like you said, like furniture aisles. I wouldn't like linger around furniture aisles.
I love furniture aisles.
But like oh gee,
Decor.
where did I wander around? You know, honestly, I can't say anymore. I definitely wandered up and down food aisles, left, right, and center.
You're like, oh, what's new? You know,
just looking for snacks.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big foodie as a kid. I didn't become a big like foodie until we started like dating.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't like, don't get me wrong, I liked food, but I didn't love food. Food was just a thing that you had to have.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until like we started dating that I was like, oh my god, I love food.
Mm-hmm.
So my palate was very like minimal. Like I didn't even start eating like salmon,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now it turns out I'm allergic.
Yeah, after you found out you really liked it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It turned out to be like one of my favorites, and now I can't frickin' eat it, and it pisses me off. So I didn't spend a lot of time in food aisles.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, is there anything else like for childhood you like? Man, I kind of regret.
Like, if we could do it again,
Yeah.
I would want to do XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to have more friends.
Anyways.
Okay. Let's. We could break that into like something else. Like,
We don't have to.
like, do you want to make like sporty friends?
Oh, God,
in
no.
like sports, or
Actually-
would you want to do like a book thing, like spend more time at the library or whatever?
I don't think you'd make friends in a library. For me, I would spend time in libraries, but I would also sit by myself. I was a very shy person, okay?
And that, I mean, like, that's fine, but like,
I just didn't talk to people.
so like, if you could, then like, what kind of like friends would you try to gravitate towards as a kid?
I think as a kid, if I had the option to go again and do it, I think I would try to out for like sports of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I would actually, be good at it or do anything, but I would like to see what that was like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was a completely different person than what I was as a kid.
Yeah. Kip?
Did you play sports?
Yeah.
He played soccer, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I played soccer till like the 7th grade. Then I stopped. Yeah, I played soccer since elementary all the way to 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you did sports.
I did a handful of sports, yeah. A lot of them were recreational.
Mm-hmm.
So like during like the summertime, I'd like participate in swimming. I did wrestling for a while. I did do one during the school year. I was part of the track and field team like 2 years in a row, I
You
think.
did swimming. Did you say swimming?
Yeah.
That was only during the summer?
Yeah, I never did it like during the school year. I always did it recreationally. And that's why it was always so weird for like some of our school, the people we went to school with, because I would swim for the other school districts.
Sweets. Sorry.
Sweet, go.
Get over here. Hey,
Wow.
quit being a bitch. Go lay down.
Sweets, get in your chair.
In
Go.
your chair.
Sure.
Go. Sit. Up.
Go. Kipp, this is perfect to cut out.
No, we're gonna keep this in.
Okay, so anyway, I did do swimming but it was only for like recreational. So I would actually swim for for different school districts than the one we went to. And it'd be really funny running into like classmates and like, what are you doing here? Like, I'm swimming for these guys. And they're like, what? Why? But yeah, no, I only did track and field, I think 2 years for for the school that we went to.
Interesting.
Didn't you guys also do like music as well?
Yeah. How long did you do music, Kipp?
I did.
And what do you play?
Did orchestra. I think I started in 4th or 5th grade.
Damn, really?
Yeah, because they had the early program
Oh, I didn't know that.
where
That's
you can
cool.
start early. Where they would send us to the middle school
Mm-hmm.
to practice and stuff. Then I stopped probably junior year in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
4th grade to
What'd you
junior
play?
year in high school.
I played the violin.
Do you still have a violin or no?
No.
Did you play that whole time on just the violin?
Yeah.
Wow, all purely in like orchestra. So like
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you do?
I actually started. So I started
whole
in
list.
6th grade as a alto saxophone. So it's the standard saxophone size.
Sure.
I was an alto saxophone player for a year and a half, 2 years. Because I think middle of 7th grade, maybe towards the end, I switched to a tenor saxophone, which is slightly larger,
Okay.
but not like the big or the largest saxophone.
Okay.
This
I
is-
didn't even know that they had different sizes.
Yeah. So they have soprano, which is small, alto, which is small, medium, tenor, which is medium, large, baritone, and then which is large, and then I think there's one more, but I can't place my finger on it.
I will never even remember that.
That's fine. I had the
So you had the one, you had the second one.
yeah. I started off as alto. I switched to tenor, which had a like more like background supporting sound. And then I played tenor from 7th grade to sophomore year. I was in the concert band, the pep band for basketball games, the jazz band, and the marching band for the
Disgusting.
parades.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how he did it. He can't hold a beat or a tune.
Which is hilarious because doing all of that, you'd think that I'd be able to, considering
Yeah.
you have to march in step, memorize the entire song, and make sure you watch out for call outs and stay in line in row.
He is one of the most tone deaf people I've ever met in my entire life.
That's funny.
If I would say I had one regret about it, I would say it's not following through until senior year with music. And then,
Yeah, but you had other things going on.
yeah, I had other things that at the time it took a higher priority. But if I feel like I do regret not fighting to keep music throughout my high school career. But
Since you still have yours, it's actually in the closet right there.
yeah, it's like right there in the closet.
I'm not saying we're breaking it out and doing that, but would you ever, like,
I would love to pick it back up again.
I have headphones.
Yeah, I would love to pick my saxophone back up again and get back into it. Yeah, no, my high school regrets are probably just not sticking with music for the whole duration, and then not going and playing any solos in my like 2 years in jazz band.
Because weren't you also, like, first chair?
Yeah, I was first chair when
So
I
you
was.
were, like, the best person.
There was only like at most 5 of us, because we got broken up into I think there were like three tiers of bands.
Okay.
And for 3 years I was in the middle tier, but as I was going into junior and senior year, I would have been in the top band, which also plays at the football games. But I had other things going for me at the time, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to keep it for whatever reason. I kind of feel like I should have, but oh well.
I wonder if it was just like the memorization, and that's why it was like you were decent at it, you were good at it.
It probably was that, because for solos, I never really felt like I got the stage fright, and then I have to like prepare my own thing. I have to make sure it follows the tempo and the key that it's written in, and then it has to sound good. And then a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the pauses that make it sound good."
I think at certain points, if it was too much effort to do something,
I definitely dropped it. Yeah.
you deemed it too unnecessary.
I'm like, I have to put how much effort? 110? I'm like coasting at like a quarter.
Okay, like going on the same lines as you, Alan. Like a few years ago, I was like, I really wanted to buy a violin again and just like re-practice and relearn.
Mm-hmm.
But I just never committed to it. But I do have the same regret of just not following through and keeping like the skills of being able to play the violin throughout my, because I stopped right before senior year, and
Dude, on the side of my class ring, I have like musical notes and music leisures. Don't look at me like that. I really liked music.
There's nothing wrong with liking music. I love music, okay? It's just, I don't know.
I wish I also tried harder. I did not.
I feel like all three of us throughout
my
high
back.
school, we were like, we're just coasting. This is not where we peak.
Mm-hmm.
This is just where we have to be at this time and period.
I'm gonna keep fueling my tank so that I'm not just gonna like burn out after high school.
I'm hopeful that we peak in our early 30s. We haven't made it yet.
I peaked already.
We're
What do you mean you peaked already?
It's all downhill from here.
No, Kipp, you still have time. We still have. Okay, what happened? What happened to your ingenious idea?
Yeah, you want to talk about your idea? Actually, I want to talk about
Maybe-
one more thing before we go to
Maybe
Kipp's
not
idea.
talk about that because we're gonna keep it quiet.
That's right. So I could rotate towards, what are some of the things that you would have liked to change about your high school, middle school, just like childhood experiences?
A lot of it was out of my control. So as much as I would love to go back and change things, I also probably wouldn't go back and change things just because it made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's such a like cliche thing to say, but like a lot of the people who I wanted to be friends with or the people who I wanted to hang out around were not the best people to, and if I would have decided to start talking to people sooner, it wouldn't have ended up in good situations for me. Or like sports, I probably would have broken a bone, or I would have gotten really hurt, or my bones already don't like being parts of my body as is. So like I probably would have gotten hurt a lot sooner. So there's not really a lot of things that I feel like I would go back and change. If we had more availability, maybe playing an instrument, maybe playing a sport. I just staying in one like school for a longer period of time, that would have been nice.
So going towards like Kipp and I explored, both of us played music or played a form of music. Both of us participated in a
Oh, I got it.
sport. If you could pick up like any of the instruments or choir or whatever, or pick up any sport, like which would either of those be?
So for sport, I really
So volleyball?
Yeah.
This
I'm
fucking
so
guy
sorry.
over here fucking with things, tells me not to touch it.
fucking things up.
Look, I'm the host. Suck it up.
Yeah, I'd probably do volleyball just so I have like could talk to my mom about it, or like softball.
Yeah. She did softball as well, right?
Yeah, when she was a kid. But I don't think I would enjoy either of those personally. I'm not a high like.
Don't be a people pleaser. What the heck?
Not only that, but like volleyball and softball, those are both kind of like high energy.
Yeah, that's where I was
sports.
going. I'm not, as much as I do have like spurts of energy, the majority of my life is like, I just want to sit on the couch and color or read a book or like decompress from my day. I want to do crafts.
So like more crafty, more artistic, less like competitive and contact sporty.
Yeah, talking about regrets, I wished I did two things in high school.
Okay.
I wish I spent more time writing like physically like writing books or like not books but stories and things like that. I wish I kept that up.
Didn't we have like a literature club?
Yeah, there was a literature club.
I don't really remember because I that wasn't my scene.
It wasn't my scene either. But I also, second thing, I would have kept up art because that was something that I was really like passionate about for a while. And then I got really sad and then I stopped doing that because it didn't scratch an itch in the back of my head anymore. So I probably would do that. Music wise, as much as I joke, like I don't joke, it's not a joke. You're completely tone deaf. I can't hold a tune unless I'm hearing something. So like unless I hear the music, I can't do it either. So like I wouldn't have been able to do any kind of music.
I think it helps when it's in a group session because like for my role as a tenor saxophone, I wasn't ever really like the main sound. Like it's more of the like mid to lower supporting sounds. Like I don't want to relate it to like bands because I don't know too much about like how their like instruments are structured, but it'd be more towards like a bassist or like a backup drummer or like piano keys versus like the lead guitarist who has like the mid range or like just like stuff like that. But what I'm getting at is I am pretty tone deaf in
You are very tone deaf.
like multiple areas, but when everyone else is there like playing their part and their tune, it like melds together so I don't have to worry about like where I am in the song because I am part of it too, you know?
Yeah, I could see that, but at the same time, I've walked into like the orchestra room before because I needed to grab something for a teacher, and I saw how close all y'all motherfuckers were, and I was like, no, not happening.
Oh yeah, they
Couldn't
said
do it.
like
No.
yeah, because like orchestra pits or like band pits, we're pretty
right
much like
on top of each other, and I have
chair to
my
chair.
bubble.
And some of us like share like music stands too.
Couldn't do it.
And that's how yes. Another reason I switched from alto to tenor was the people in my like section. Yeah, you see that smile on T's face? She already knows what I'm talking about. Horse girls. Honestly,
With that, before tangent. So I saw a thing that said that car guys are just horse girls.
yeah. They
you're
can.
a horse girl.
Shut the fuck up. You're a weeb.
Okay, and
Technically, we all are, okay?
Call me a fucking horse girl.
yeah,
I didn't
think
even-
you're taking more offense to that.
Yeah.
Than you
I didn't
call
even
them.
blend in with the fucking car guys.
I think you do now.
I do now, but like
Mr. Fancy, I have this car.
I don't even like my car. Okay,
Dude, the car that's currently out of...
that one's my project car. That's not my car. That's my project car.
Yeah, but if you could, you'd still be driving that thing.
Oh, absolutely. I love that thing.
Because it's your fault you can't drive it. Too.
It is my fault too, and that makes it hurt so much more.
I love the pointing of the finger as well. I think that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's your
Yeah.
fucking fault, buddy.
Did
Yeah.
it to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
What the fucking do?
But no, I know like 2 horse girls now, and you know what? Yeah, no, they still get a bad rep. I still don't like them that much. They're still all right, but like they made it their whole personality, and that's kind of weird.
I make books my whole personality.
Yeah, but a lot of people like books. Like horse girls are in the minority.
Okay, my thing with horse girls is I just don't like horses. I think they're gross. I hate horses. This is going to keep bothering me. I don't know. I don't like them. They freak me out.
The same could be said about cars too, though. I guess
Cars freak me out too.
because like car guys, they get weird reps. Like Volkswagen drivers, weird reps.
I think it's the obsessiveness. I think it's the fact that it's like you said, it's their entire personality.
Yeah, like a lot of people in high school just kind of like labeled me as a car guy. I didn't know that much about cars.
I think it was your family, just because of you know your dad and like he's known for cars, so like everybody knows that you know about cars. Plus the cars that you used to drive. Didn't you have like 3 or 4 different cars in high school?
Yeah. There was the first one. My dad's like, "Hey, on, you can drive this. Keep the for sale stickers are in the back seat or on like the back windows, because high school kids need cars and their parents probably have money." I'm like, "Okay, sure." So he let me drive a I don't remember what it was, BMW 325.
I didn't even know what that is.
It's like it's like your brother's BMW. It's a 4-door
Chris.
car.
That thing needs to be put down.
Yeah.
No, it's got issues. Anyways, continue. Next one.
There was that one.
You drove your dad's car for a while.
Yeah, there was a time I drove my dad's 1992 Honda Accord, and that thing was
banana
his.
yellow.
Yeah. That's his baby. He got that as a automatic back in '93. Did a swap, did a bunch of engine work. He ran like NOS in there, like all like the Tokyo or the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift stuff he did to it.
Didn't you drive the CRV?
You drive.
Yep. I drove the CRV for quite a while. Kipp hated that.
The next one I hated the most.
Yeah, T hated the next one after my CRV fiascos. My dad and I bonded a lot over the CRV, and then after I continuously blew up the motor multiple times in successsion.
You know, if I get a new motor, I think your dad will let me have it.
Probably. Yeah,
he'll change it for me.
Yeah, he was like, you're not learning your lesson. This is like the 5th engine that we've done.
Holy God.
Yeah, okay. At least
No.
2 of those weren't my fault entirely. I was a large contributing factor, but they were not entirely my fault.
Yeah, you just put it at the edge, and
shut up.
you let the next person fuck it up.
So, and then the next one.
And then after the CRV, it was
a minivan.
Oldsmobile Silhouette. Pretty sure it was 2004 or 2007.
It wouldn't have been bad, except the windows, for whatever reason, just seemed like they were tinted.
They were. I didn't do that. Okay, the van came to me with tinted windows. That's not my fault.
And the majority of the time when he had the van, it did not have any back seats.
Okay, that also had an explanation.
It has an explanation. I understand that.
He didn't want no passengers. What do you mean?
I don't think that was the explanation.
So so when I first got it, it didn't have the middle or the back row seats because at the time my dad was remodeling and finishing his unfinished basement. Mm-hmm. And if you take those seats out, that is perfectly long enough to fit drywall sheets. Mm-hmm. And he would load it up. It had air suspension, so he brought his little compressor and he just like pumped the airbags up so that it could take the load.
Yeah.
And then after the basement was finished and I was still driving that van, I was like, I'm still in high school and I go to a third party training facility, like a skills center.
Yeah.
So I have a little extra time to enjoy like lunch in between like going to our primary high school and then going to the secondary school.
You hung out with me half the time.
Yes, but when I wasn't hanging out with you, I installed the back row, got Subway parked in the parking lot, and I opened the 2 slider doors and I sat in the back seat and like just stretched out, and it was like my own personal like outdoor covered seating lunch area, and it was pretty nice.
I just want you to see it from my point of view, okay? The first time I saw this car, we were just hanging out, right? And then all of a sudden, I get in this van, and there's no back seats. There's nothing back there. As a young woman, that's terrifying.
That raises some eyebrows.
Exactly.
Yeah. We did forget one. I also drove a Jeep in high school. A Jeep.
I don't remember that.
I think it was a Grand Cherokee.
I think that was before my time.
It was white. I do remember that one. And out of all of these cars, our missing guest Brock actually bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
And he killed both of them. And I'm actually really upset about one of them dying and not coming back because I probably would rock it still.
Which one?
The van.
It was the van. I was not that attached to that Jeep. It was cool, but I liked the van more than the Jeep.
I didn't like the van.
The van was indestructible.
It was creepy.
I took it camping. Okay, don't look at me like that.
For our senior, we had a senior, like,
The senior party, grad party.
yeah, so we had a graduation party the day after we graduated. Everybody piled onto buses. We went off and did something, and it was an overnight trip, right? The next morning, he finally had installed a back seat. So he drove a singular back seat. So he drove me and my friend back to our houses respectively, because we lived not even half a mile from each other. So he dropped her off, dropped me off, and then he went home because he was within that, like, 2-mile radius.
I went to work after that.
No, you didn't?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, then he went to... Didn't you stop at home, though?
I stopped home to take a quick shower.
So, yeah, you went home. What you did after that, that was all you.
Yeah, that was a horrible choice.
I passed out.
Yeah, I should have done that, too.
I passed the fuck out. But it was just sitting, especially because I think I sat in the back seat because I was being nice. And it felt so lonely. It was so sad back there.
A single back seat in an empty van.
This whole van is so empty, and, like, I didn't like it. I was not a fan.
Interesting.
I miss that van. I'd still drive a minivan to this day if I had that fucking thing.
Yeah,
If you get a nicer van, sure.
That van.
How nice.
Not that van.
Like my grandparents' van?
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
If they gave you their van, I'd be okay.
Oh, I'd rock the fuck out of that thing.
I still want. I want the van. I want a van, just for the sliding doors.
I don't want a van.
Sliding doors make it pretty legit.
Just the convenience of a sliding door makes me want to get one.
You could really tell our age right now from this conversation.
I have a family car, okay? I was 20 years old. I decided I needed a car. I finally was able to buy a car. I got a family car. My car is a family car.
T had the foresight. Well, the two of us. I went from... Oh, man, yeah, no. Large car.
Tiny car.
4-door, normal size car. Tiny car.
I think we were at two different points in our lives. I was looking at, okay, if I'm going to live in the future, this is probably what my life will look like. It's not what my life looks like, and I don't need all of this space. So that's why my dream car is a 2-door. But I think it also looks at, like, from my point of view, I'm a woman versus you guys' point of view, you're a man. You don't think about things like that as much as you need to until it's right there smack in front of you.
Another deciding factor when I was going from my 4-door Cadillac to my 2-door Cadillac was, why do all these grown men keep getting in my car to go to lunch? So I got a 2-door instead.
And then you change jobs and nobody will get in the car with you.
You know, honestly, I'm surprised even back then those guys got in the car with me. Because actually, I'm not that surprised because one of them is a menace on the road.
I don't know.
Gosh.
Back then?
Like, Kipp can attest, I was a menace.
Yeah, he did not care.
I know. When the first time I got in the car with him driving, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. And then slowly, because I was like, Alan, I have anxiety. You can't do this. I'm gonna have, like, a heart attack or something. You can't do this. He's like, okay.
I guess.
And now he drives like he's like an 80-year-old grandma.
I can still do it. I just choose not to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing with me is my car. Like, I went from small to, like,
a big car
to a bigger car.
Yeah, you did.
And now, I think like the minivan is a little bigger, right?
It is definitely larger than your car currently.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely longer.
Definitely longer.
Definitely longer.
Width-wise, yeah, it's about the same.
Probably about the same. It's just probably longer because it has that, like, extra row of seating. Typically.
Yeah, and I feel like that would just be nice. You know, I'm not gonna ever use it, but I just want a sliding door. Hear me out, sliding door.
Kipp, no one's telling you that you can't have a minivan.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, imagine.
Okay.
Because we have been riding in my car more.
True.
Yeah.
I think we would have so much more fun with a sliding door.
I have
like
a question.
sliding doors.
as messy as your car is now, okay, I know you have a kid now, so that's the majority of the mess.
This guy still has shoes from our wedding like 6-7 months ago.
Dude, my little brother still has his shoes in his car, so, like, that's just a thing. I still have shoes in my car, okay?
Hey, just because I have
actually
a
just
whole
took
bunch
them
of
out.
Capri Suns in my car don't mean shit.
You had, like, 3 boxes in there yesterday.
yeah.
All open, too. Like, you didn't commit to one yet.
No, the one in the floorboard where I was in the passenger seat was not open.
Oh, okay. I take it back. I'm sorry, Kipp.
So, when you had your smaller car, was it as messy? I'm just curious. Like, there's nothing wrong with a messy car, because mine's usually disgusting.
I feel like the answer was no.
Yes.
It was?
Yeah. I abused that car.
That's why it's in the ground.
Yeah. That car abused that car real bad.
But if you think about it, you had other priorities at the time. Your kid was really young, so he took priority, right?
Yeah, dude, like, when I was cleaning out the car, I was like, God damn, kid, you're fucking nasty as shit. Like, you got food everywhere. Oh, God.
That's when I used to take my nephews to and from school sometimes, especially, like, my older nephew. It just... And then we would go on, like, auntie days to where I would, like, take him out and we would do something just the two of us.
It's funny. I was thinking about that earlier today.
I actually was thinking about having one of those days with him soon. But anyways, I think that my car was gross more often. Like, now that he's older, it's not as gross. But definitely, like, this kid threw up all over my back seat. You can't tell now. Because Kipp sits there and he has no idea.
Yeah.
But he threw up all over my back seat, and that took me forever to clean out because I have leather with the little like holes
Actually,
in it.
you know, I remember that trip. Weren't we going to like a roller derby or something like that?
The fuck?
Yes, it was the roller derby. It was my mom's friend was like doing a roller derby, and yeah, he got really sick all of a sudden and just threw up all over my backseat, all over himself. It was not fun.
I do remember this. Yeah, it was wild.
I remember having to take like toothpicks and picking out stuff out of like the little bitty holes in the seat, like the fabric.
Yeah.
Never again.
Interesting.
You know what I miss from cars?
Now we have bags just in case.
Cloth seats.
I do too.
I don't like all
actually.
this leather. I hate it actually.
Me too.
Like it's
My dream
hot,
car
it's
is
uncomfortable. It sucks.
My dream car is typically
Cloth seats.
cloth seats.
And if they aren't, we can replace the chairs because it's
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't mind either or, to be honest.
Kipp doesn't park in the sun. That's what I heard.
My major thing is like even if you don't park in the sun,
Yeah.
because mine are black, so they're dark. And
Those bitches.
anyways, in the summer, okay, it gets up to like 90, 95 degrees here sometimes.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Dude, this past year it got up to like 100.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Don't remind me. I was sweating in a concrete building, no AC. Wild.
But like, I can wear shorts to work now. I have a job to where my boss doesn't care if I wear shorts. How am I supposed to wear shorts and then sit on this seat? My legs stick to the fucking seat. It hurts trying to get up. And then you're sweating and then it's just uncomfortable. I don't like leather seats.
The only thing that I won't enjoy going back to cloth seats is it reminds me of my dad, because he would have like ungodly smelling farts and then he'd sit back in his chair and it just like the smell would refresh because he sits in the driver's seat, so he farts in the driver's seat. So sometimes when he gets back in same day,
The cloth seats?
yeah,
Okay.
Just
I feel
absorbed
like
into the
it
cloth
just-
seats.
Yeah,
Like a
the
Something
smell-
went over my head and I was like, wait, what am I missing?
the smell just like embeds in. But I could tell that
sounds gross.
we could like shampoo our seats with like
Yes.
what is it,
Steam cleaner.
Yeah, so like I guess they're always around it, but like I do think about a dad like that sometimes, because there'll be some days I get out of work
Your dad's a character.
I get in my car. I'm starting to drive home, and I fart, and then I'm like, "Wow, this I feel just like my dad right now. This smells just like him."
I think that says something about your digestive tract.
That's funny.
It's just a weird tidbit.
I'm judging you so hard right now. I hope you know that. Not your dad. You.
Oh,
I've been making my own salads more. I think I told you guys like before. I think it was yesterday, right?
Probably.
The 4 ingredients I do for my salad, which is lettuce, chicken, jalapenos, and ranch.
I
you put
didn't.
jalapenos in your salad?
You never do that?
No.
It brings in the spice that you want.
I didn't hear that part of the conversation. I just remember walking. I was off doing something. I came back towards you guys, and all I hear is Kipp likes getting his salad tossed.
We were at Barnes and Noble.
And
Yeah,
there was a toy that was a automatic. It was like the salad spinner.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, look, Kipp, you could toss your own salads.
I did not hear anything about what you actually put into it. After like 5 minutes of Alan going off about how you can toss your own salads and how Kipp's like getting his salad tossed, I just out of nowhere, Kipp's like, yeah, I only use 4 ingredients. I was like,
He only puts 4 things in his salad.
okay, and then I kept walking because I was determined on books.
Cause like you don't need to toss it. You just gotta mix it. Oh, fuck.
Kipp, I'm not talking about salads. Okay.
I think he's trying to keep it at salads, like actual salads.
We're keeping it at salads, Alan.
Okay. Okay. So you like lettuce, jalapenos, chicken, and what onions?
We're switching topics now.
No, what was it? No, like
No,
legit.
I'm talking about fucking
I'm
food
curious
right
about
now.
the salad.
No. The salad talk's over.
Kipp,
It's done.
Please.
No.
I like the louse salad where it's like
salad.
I don't know what he's talking about. The only thing I think
Do
of
you-
is papaya salad.
So there's a louse salad, and it has let's see if I can remember the name. I'm pretty sure it's yam salat. It's the yeah. Shake your head. Shut up. Okay, I'm rusty.
What's it in combined? Maybe he knows that one.
Oh, that's right. I keep saying louse words to a Cambodian guy. That does not help. Let's see if I can just quickly look it up. But it's
He has to know what it is in English first, doesn't he?
Yeah. English, please.
yeah.
Kip
So
pulled up. What is it? What does it say?
Learn Cambodian. Everyday dialogue for foreigners.
I did find it actually pretty easily.
What's the English?
English. Oh. Yeah.
I'll
go
do
ahead.
it.
Sweets.
Keep talking while I look.
So it's pretty much your greens, lettuce, spinach. It has like the Romana tomatoes. It has egg yolk, but
Interesting.
it also has like ground turkey, and I don't know what the dressing is, but there's like a dressing that's supposed to go with it, and everything just makes it like really like sweet and savory with like the
just called lao salad.
yeah, it's just called lao salad, I guess.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had it.
My mom has made it at like barbecues. I'm sure you've had it before, but we just told you it was a salad. Would a picture help you?
Yeah. Picture
Okay.
would help. Because if your mom has served it,
My mom has made it before
I
during
probably
like
would have probably tried it.
it's look at the first one. Does it look familiar in any sense?
I don't remember that.
No, I don't remember that. No.
This might have been before all of us started hanging out in person.
And it might not be something that your mom continues to do.
Yeah, I'm sure if I asked her, she'd make it again.
I'm really weird with my dressings and my salads, so
I don't know.
I'm
if
picky.
I don't know if you'd like it. I really like it.
I'm not picky. I just have texture issues and sensory issues.
You know how a Caesar salad comes with like a specific dressing and it's like tossed into the salad?
Yeah.
Same thing with this. There's a
Love Caesar
specific dressing and it's tossed into the salad.
It said something about like garlic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I love garlic, but I don't know.
Honestly, I think you like it. Maybe the next time they barbecue, I'll ask her if she could make like that as like a small side, so that we could have it too. Because it's one of the salads that like got me into really liking salads. And then
is that why we ate salad every single like Monday, Wednesday, Friday in high school?
Yeah, because that's one of the salads that really got me into salads, and I started like exploring different kinds of salads, and like
salad.
every odd day that didn't start with a T during school, they served salad, so I'd grab a salad.
I thought that's just because we were besties.
Well, I mean that too. It just helped that I was like, hey,
anymore.
look, there's this cute girl over here that likes eating salads.
I don't believe you.
Oh, well, fuck you.
Well, yeah. Fuck you, bro. Get fucked.
You believe her nephews call her bruh?
Dude, they seriously 8 and 4 and they call me bruh. They don't even call me auntie anymore.
My
Don't
kid
even use
says
her
bro.
Yeah, but he doesn't call you that, does he?
Sometimes.
Ironically or unironically? Like, I feel like context matters, because for T,
I think
it's just like
If he's joking, if he's joking, he will say bruh. But in like everything else, it is dad.
So, my youngest nephew has a nickname that he calls me.
Mm-hmm.
It's too close to my real name. I'm not saying it. But
He's not your real name? Oh, shit.
You had to do that while I'm fucking drinking. Like, I'm trying to separate coconut chunks and coconut water, and all of a sudden it's just like, is that your real name? This fucking guy over here.
Anyways, so like,
Oh, God.
my name is typically the reason I go by T is because it's hard to pronounce, especially for younger kids. So for my older nephew, he used to call me a nickname, and then eventually he just doesn't say people's names anymore. I don't know why. But my youngest nephew, he'll say a nickname. But when he wants to get my attention and he's like just trying to be obnoxious, that's when they'll say bruh. It's just to get my attention and to be obnoxious. Because they know it irritates me. But I call them that all the time.
My kid has been saying recently, I'm just a chill guy.
He does. I thought that
pretty
was
funny.
so cute.
Oh, yeah, did he say that?
He said it
When we
so
went-
often.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
having
we
dinner.
went out to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
He said something. He's like, you're not being really cool right now. And I leaned over. I'm like, well, you know what? You're not being a really chill guy right now. He's like, what? No, I am a chill guy. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're pretty chill. He's like, yeah, you're pretty chill too.
Yeah, he's
I remember him saying that you weren't being a chill guy like 2 or 3 times.
That was pretty funny.
yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. It was so cute. Where did it come from?
I have no idea. I've literally no idea.
You know, he could be saying worse things playing
He
Fortnite.
could.
So like, this is a win. This is a dub.
Yeah, it's like we bicker. We bicker back and forth all the time.
I'm just a
And
chill
more-
guy.
Just a chill guy.
And like, just when he's trying to do like play games or something, I bother him as he's playing games, and he stops it. He's like, "Can you please stop?" That's what he starts saying to me, and I'm like,
At least he's saying
Yeah,
please.
yeah. At least he's being nice about it.
He could be worse.
Yeah.
He has your personality.
No, he doesn't.
No, not your personality. He has your attitude sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I know what you're talking about.
Kip's he's just blind.
Definitely.
Preferentially blind.
You can definitely tell he's your kid.
He's a little bastard.
You said it, not me.
Say it to his face.
You
know?
called your kid ugly to his face.
That was
Yeah.
pretty funny. What you want? Ugly. What the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, we bicker back and forth to each other.
Out of all of the things you can say to a child,
The only conversation I see is they're arguing, and Kip's like, "What do you want, ugly?" He just looks up. He's like, "You're not being a really chill guy right now." He just walks away.
the fact that he says it to you back, that's my favorite part. You call him ugly, and he'll call you ugly.
Yeah, we bicker back and forth. Like one, I'm not the greatest at like not swearing in front of him. I kind of just gave up on that in total, and it's just like I would say you're a punk ass. He's like, no, you're a punk ass. I'm like, you little bastard. What'd you just say to me? But now he's just saying when I swear, he's like, that's a bad word. I'm like, I don't care.
I'm your dad.
Yeah.
I'm the adult.
Yeah, I'm the adult. What are you?
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. So like sometimes he copied me. So when I say punk ass, he just says you're a punk, and I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah. So he doesn't swear no more. It's just
I think he's at the age to where he probably shouldn't be swearing.
Probably not.
no, he knows better not to swear at school. That's the main thing. Yeah.
That's more or less what it is.
I feel. Go ahead. I feel like that's a like a weird like transitional like period. Like, when do you guys ever remember like starting to swear around like
13.
your parental figures? And they were not like the like don't say that, but like everyone's comfortable, everything's fine.
Like 11 to 13 is when I started swearing more often.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I was able to swear at home, not out in public.
Yeah.
It was because, and then it could never be like to a person to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, me and my brothers will walk into the house and we'll say, "What's up, bitch?" to each other's faces all the time. But we couldn't say that to like a random person.
I don't remember when I started. Like, I know my stepmom tells me a story about the first time she ever heard me swear is when I was playing games.
I believe that.
And I think it was like because we were playing the Wii at the time. I think it was some Wii game, and she's like, "I heard you say damn," and I was just so shocked. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay.
Like, she tells me the story, and I'm like, "I don't remember that."
Mm-hmm.
It's just like something
Excuse me.
probably just got me angry enough to say. Because like back then, like you just don't swear in front of your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't care.
Well, now we're adults. They can't really say much.
Yeah.
How your mom still doesn't even like when you swear in front of her.
So that's when I started getting into like skill trades.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started swearing more comfortably around my dad, because at that time I'm
I get it.
like 16, 17, 18-ish, and my dad's been a blue collar worker since forever.
Your entire life.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever really had like a really prim or proper job. Like, he's worked fast food,
Your dad with his mouth, he couldn't.
like AutoZone, and then like mechanic shops. So he's been blue collar like his whole professional career, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And so that's just him. He swears like a sailor, left, right, center. He hurts himself. He has like a whole string that he like rattles off.
That you say now too.
Yeah,
You're getting better. You don't say it much anymore.
I don't get hurt that excessively anymore.
You should hear the list
Yeah.
after this. He can't say this on here. No. But
But
I love how your mom is consistently, like, to this day, we could go over there tomorrow and she'd be like, "Yeah, I don't like swearing. I don't like when people swear." But
Yeah.
I promise you,
I feel like I swear a lot in front of her.
she doesn't. It's not like her like pet peeve where she'll like tell you outright.
well, yeah, because you're your own person. But
But-
she doesn't prefer it.
Yeah. So when she swears, you could tell like she's feeling a certain kind of way.
She's either super mad, she's either drunk, or she's like, there's something going on.
I feel like there's some swear words I think is acceptable because I feel like I heard her say like "what the hell."
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's
But
not
that's
like
not like
to
all the time. It's
Yeah.
like, it's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not the level of like profanity that she like uses. No, or she will like say, what's the word I'm thinking of?
She uses darn a lot.
Yeah.
But that's not.
That's not of her like prohibited vocabulary is what I'm trying to get at.
I don't ever hear
Like
her say
darn, what the hell, like those things like aren't like as bad to her as like
The F-bomb.
yeah, the F-bomb or like any of the other like profane things that people tend to say. But I do remember. So around that time, I'm starting to get into blue collar. I'm more comfortable with it. I'm connecting with my dad more. We're both very comfortable, like speaking freely to each other about this kind of stuff. And we're having dinner. And we're just like talking about our days and like how it is in our fields and how it happened to us at the time. So it's obscene, it's profanity, and I remember my mom just like,
But she's like prim and proper. Like,
yeah,
not
she's
like she herself, but like her job is.
her like personality,
It's more put together.
yeah, it's more like customer facing, more prim, proper, white collar.
Yeah.
And so I remember she got really sad and really like annoyed at the same time. It was a weird emotion. And she was like, I just don't understand why you guys have to talk like this. Like, there's no reason, there's no point. And she like went off on like this tangent, and we both felt like super guilty, and it just made dinner super awkward.
With that, that's the first time that, not that specific instance, but that exact same thing, you and your dad were talking about something, and your dad went on like a slew of curses for something, like he was mad, and your mom looks over at me, she's like, yeah, I just don't like when they curse so much. I don't get why they curse all the time. And I'm like, I plead the fifth.
My mom was looking for like someone to confide into, and T's just like,
more than Alex. I just got comfortable at work feeling like it's okay to swear. And it's more or less just because my boss called me a bitch on Friday. So
that's wild. That's like floodgates opening. If my boss said that, oh man.
great place to end.
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
Bye.